Alright, so this is going to be a demo review for Fanout on our first Scrim on this is Gullywash, obviously. Alright, so first rollout, hold on, I'm gonna turn down volume. First rollout, I was really bad on heals, that's on me. So so this isn't a bad play necessarily. Like, it was definitely good for you to come here. The problem was the rest of our team rolled out the completely wrong way. So at this point, I mean, like, it's you and their whole team over there, and yeah, you dipped. Yeah, and that was the best choice, because, like, I don't know why you're dipping to... Okay, I guess that's not too questionable. That wasn't really on you, that was more on the team. So... yeah, I don't know why you weren't getting any backup here. Everyone else needed to come over and give you backup. Good pressure, fairly good pressure on that soldier. One thing is, like, I'm just gonna take a peek around. Like, he's up there, our team is, like, over there. Like, you're the only person doing damage to him. Meanwhile, on the ground down here, all these guys are taking fire from our team. So, while that soldier is a problem, as a scout, it's going to be tough for you to take out a soldier like that, especially because I'm pretty sure he just, he'd had overheal. Like, the only way you can get up there is by rocket jumping, and he's going to do it from right there, which is where the medic was. So I'm pretty sure he had overheal from the medic. So it's gonna be hard for you to kill him. You should be trying to finish up damage done by the power classes down here. You might have been able to get like a frag or two if you went for people down here, and especially because they were kind of overextended a little down here. Like, you had the high ground on them, you had the jump, and they were engaging our team there. So if you dropped on them, that'd be pretty effective. So just something to think about. Like, go for the people that are gonna be low. So, that, I don't know. That was a mix, really. I should have flashed you through there. And at the same time, you should have gotten out a little quicker. Like, if you hadn't looped around back of that, you probably would have realized that we were losing quicker and been able to get out. Not sure what that was, but I don't think it, like, yeah. I'm not one to talk anyway, as far as being on time for the start goes. So, yeah, midi here. Like, good job. Alright. Good job driving that scout out. That was, like, good controlling space, taking out for our team. And then, honestly, I don't even know how we lost that mid. But, like, as a scout on mids, you should be looking to the med for heals. I don't think I was quite in position. I think I might have been in banana. But, like, in the future, you need to call that you need heals or ask where I am or something like that. Health kits are normally going to be what the soldiers use. And, like, as a scout, it's better for you to go to the medic as your primary source of heals. Good call to stay out from second there. Yeah, so when we're holding like this, you need to be, like, sort of back, but, like, covering the flanks, right? If that makes any sense. And, like, there, neither of our scouts was really covering river. And, like, as a scout, you don't have to, like, you shouldn't go into river, but you should kind of watch it from the pedestal there. That way, if they try to jump through river, you can just like completely shut that down, like anti-air them because you're a scout. Um, and yeah, like having scout coverage in river could have been really helpful there. So he missed a jump there, no big deal. Eric got wrecked. Okay, so our soldier jumps there, and he died. So, okay, I'm gonna pause for a sec. So he jumped up there and died. It would have been really good if you were there, too. So Eric went up there and died on his own. I'm gonna close this again so I can look around. So Eric came up like right over here and died. Okay, yeah, died right there on his own because he didn't have any like support really. That's sort of on him, but at the same time, like you needed to be up here to help him. And you guys should have coordinated better as well. Like everyone really had a comms problem, but the two scouts, you guys both like weren't talking as much as you should have been. So like you both came here, which was good, but you didn't communicate about it and beforehand, which you like both of you should have ascertained that you're gonna have some support up here before you even thought about coming up here. Then as far as like you went, if you would hit that jump, Eric 1v1 a scout here, and that scout had better DM, so he won. If you had been here, that probably wouldn't have been the case. Obviously, it's a 2v1 and you have good DM. That scout probably would have died. Then when our roamer bombs in, he's got two scouts as backup instead of nothing, and you know they're I think that's their medic right there. So like honestly, like it's that was a comp. Like if you had hit that jump, it seems silly, but like if you had hit that jump, we might have won the mid. Um, and it's also like on Eric for like not dipping when he had no backup and not being able to out DM the other scout. Also on the roamer for like jumping in when like he didn't have any backup, really. Um, and maybe he thought you would come up like somehow come up from yard. I don't know, but like you just need to keep in mind. You need to coordinate more with other people about like who's backing up who, and make sure that you have backup and all that jazz.
Our control point is being captured.
Okay, so yeah, another thing is when you're dead, spectate a lot, like jump around from everyone. You can still make calls when you're dead. That's perfectly fine. In the third-person view, you can give your team info that they might not otherwise have. Good job dipping on that Uber. You shouldn't have... It was kind of questionable to fight it in the first place. They had 3 people come through there, and like I don't know why, but there really wasn't a lot of spam from our team hitting that. So like there definitely should have been more rockets there and pills and everything. But it would have been like you needed to stay further back and not try to challenge that. Because even with rockets, like you got close enough that they probably would have killed you even if you had taken spam. And pause for a sec. It was reasonable to assume that they had Uber. So you see the medic coming in. You know if he takes spam, he's gonna Uber. You know if you get a solid shot on him, he's gonna Uber. So like it's a good thing to try and force him, but you like it's not worth it to die for that. Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch that mid again. All right. Yeah, so the problem there was that you like ran up without coordinating with anyone to figure out where people were going. So like they all went that side. Okay, so on this map, like if you're gonna go right side as scout, you need to be really careful when you do it, because because like it's really easy to die there.
Control point has been
If
captured.
they go there, like sometimes their demo will put stickies in that little area. Like as far as that last fight went, we did as well as we could. But yeah, like they might put stickies there in that little thing on the right side. You just like you need to be more careful on that.
Alert.
Okay,
Our control
had
point
kind of
is
a
being
big
captured.
interruption. So, all right, I'm gonna pause for a sec. Um, yeah. So what you did there, um, like stopping on that, was really good. Um, like the last mid, you came like through this passage back there, and like didn't check anything and just ran up here into their whole team and died. Um, so stopping there to check was like a really good thing to do. The problem was you made the wrong decision based on what you saw. I think what you saw was not a lot of people and like I don't know, like one scout, maybe a soldier in the back, right? Um, so like you made the assumption that it was okay for you to just run up here right away. Um, you should have looked for what you didn't see, and that was anyone else here. Um, Scout at mid, um, especially like it's kind of situational, like different maps, different situations. But on this mid and like this area in particular is not a good place for Scout to lead into because it's really common place for demo or like soldiers to be spamming is here, and like Scout like does terribly against spam and should never be the one going into this, especially like if you're gonna go into a spammed area, you need to be behind a power class with a lot more health. And like here, you didn't have any backup. Um, and like if you want, like this is not too bad of a play to make if you know that you have backup. And so like you can ask like the roamer to bomb or like if you can see in the background there, like Eric's peeping his head through. He didn't actually come up here, but like if you had asked him to, he might have. I don't know, but like it, you should have waited there for at least a few moments longer here, because you were too hasty, and you ate the sticky right here as spam, and then that soldier or that scout finishes you off, right?
Alert. Your control point has
So
been captured.
yeah, in that situation, like you like as a scout, you should be following up on damage and not like you should be like close to your team generally,
Alert.
um,
The control point is being
and
contested.
like near a soldier or some class that can take damage for you. Um, but yeah, so good decision not to go forward for sure. Um,
Alert. The
not so good
control
of a
point has
decision to
been
hit
captured.
yourself with the bat. We yeah we got trashed. So at this point, like
We have lost the control point.
we know that they're gonna be pushing in with Uber. Our med went down, so we don't have it. And, you know, they're a good team. They come in right away with it, and that's the right choice for them.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Not a whole lot you could have done. Maybe, like, go sniper and try and headshot them as they come through the door. Um, yeah, I don't know. Just, like, on the mids, make sure that if you're going somewhere, you have backup. For the most part, like, if it's a flank or, like, not a super highly contested area, you're probably fine. But if it's the high point in, like, central area, because like the rollout for that map is like the teams come in from Big Door usually, and then they go through Banana up into that area. So you deployed right into the area where their whole team goes, like once they get through Banana. So their entire team was going to come up there. You don't want to challenge that area unless they either A, they don't go through Banana, or B, like your entire team collapses on that area, right? Because it's like it's likely they're gonna have 4 to 6 people or like 4 to 5 people up there. Um, and not only that, like just from the info you gathered, even like not knowing what their rollout was gonna be, just from the info you gathered, you should have been able to say like, there's no one else on my team coming there, and I don't have like a soldier to take damage for me. Because like from that situation and that like high ground, um, you're like anyone in their yard is gonna have one target into you, and that's not at all where you want to be as a scout. Um, so definitely a case of too much aggro. Like on mid, like a scout, you need to be a little bit more passive. And I guess okay, not passive. Like it's aggression is really good, especially in mids, but you need to be more careful. Okay, before you jump in and try and contest like a critical area, evaluate like, do I have a soldier there? Um, if the answer is yes, you're looking good. Is the soldier not about to die? That's better. And like, is their entire team not there? And if it's like your soldier and like two enemies or three enemies even, that's a situation where like you can jump in and help him out and finish up his damage, right? And in that situation, you want to see like what he hits with his rockets and shoot that so that you can like get the kill confirms on all the damage he's doing. Um, and then in the meantime, um, you shouldn't go if you don't have any backup, especially if it's a like high ground that's going to be contested. So, all right, I'm going to move on to the next map. All right, here we are. Process game. Somewhere else. So, yeah, good. Yeah, good rollout. Pause this. Okay. So looking at the situation here, it's a little derpy. You've got two like their scouts were both super aggressive up onto crates. Um, we've got our soldiers jumping, other soldiers there. Um, and this is all something you could determine if you just like flicked this way and then flicked back. Like, um, it's super easy to just like look behind you, and as long as you're not actively 1v1ing someone is fine. Um, so like in this situation, I know because I already watched Mata's demo. He went for that soldier, um, and he got beat. Kind of, it was sort of a DM thing. It also wasn't like the best option for him to do that, but like if you had gone with him, that soldier would have been easily picked by you two. Um, Even like with that said, our soldiers um, were pretty proactive. Like already we've got a soldier bombing here, like jumping in. So when you come up here, you need to realize that most cases, like if our soldiers are playing well, they're gonna come down here really quickly. And like as they're bombing, they're shooting rockets. You need to be ready for that. And you need to go straight for whatever gets hit by the rocket and take it out. So like in this case, he's coming. I probably like most likely he's going to shoot these scouts, right? And you're going to be the one who needs to like follow up damage on those scouts, especially because, I mean, you know, their soldier could bomb, but you can probably get one or two frags on those scouts, right? So like that, or go over and help Mata with this, although like Mata's decision to go over here was a little questionable in the first place, and I went over that in his demo. Um, anyway, we'll resume. So yeah, okay, so
The control point is being contested.
yeah, you did go for the scouts,
Point is being contested.
but it was a problem of again being in front of the soldier. And he like I feel like I'm definitely sort of contradicting myself because I say go for the scouts and then I say
Point is being
you should have
captured.
gone for the scouts, but I don't know. That soldier had a really good bomb on you. Um,
We have lost the control point.
Not a ton you could have done, really, except maybe have expected it and tried to like hit him as he's coming, or been standing a little back behind our soldier and getting him anyway. So yeah, that's a difficult situation. Really, they just rolled us, and they had Uber, so it wasn't hard for them to take last. I think this is the one where I was AFK. So, the other thing is, when there's a desperate last hold like that, where like they Uber in and we don't, once the medic's Uber runs out, he's no longer primary target. Like, he's not gonna, I explained this in Modest demo, but like, if you kill a soldier instead, at that point, that's more valuable. So there, like, I don't know, your positioning wasn't great. Like, you need to, just like on mids, you need to like, as a team, we really needed more coordination. But like, as an individual, it's good for you to, like, stick with a soldier or like be behind a class. Now, as far as the soft class goes, you needed to be more clear, because I didn't get the message. Off-classing shouldn't be an announcement, it should be a question. You should say, guys, can I off-class the spy? And like, generally you'll get a response pretty quickly, and that was a really good pick, like, props to that. It was definitely the right choice to go spy, because they were not expecting it whatsoever. And of course we still get wrecked anyway. But like, it was a really good play on your part, but just in the future, you need to announce it a little better and make sure all of us know for sure that you're going spy. And like, make sure that the main caller is okay with you going spy. And yeah, other than that, that was a like fantastic play, even though it was still lost. Like, you did like the 100% you could to stop them at that point. Okay, so here, our guys went up there. We went here. It's pretty passive positioning and not super useful, okay? So like, from this position, you have a few options. One of them is to go onto their little rock and then get onto their slopey roof and get onto crates that way. But that's a pretty long route, especially compared to like your other options to get onto crates from our side. Another reason to go here is to like try and deny them if they go this side, like deny them the health kit or protect their demo. And that's not like a bad reason. So yeah, but like, here, like, in this situation, you're not in a great position to follow up on any damage that comes in. Also, that's Eric getting wrecked. But yeah, like, probably, and I know you didn't want to do this because you'd gotten wrecked when you've done it before, but it's generally like one of the best things you can do is, if we're gonna be like, if this is where our combo is, like, you going on big rock and jumping up there is good, especially because like in this situation, you could have backed up our soldier there and helped him with that soldier, probably gotten the frag. Like, as a scout in mids, you need to be more aware of what the team is doing and like really base your actions off what other people are doing and also what the enemy is doing. Yeah, I no problem with that play. You tried to protect the medic, but you know, they just rolled us, so there wasn't anything to do.
Our control point is being captured.
So I don't know if I've said this already, but
We have lost the control point.
Huntsman Sniper was questionable. It's a good thing that you switched off. Yeah. And if you're gonna do that again, like, say something, say something else. We're probably gonna lose that anyway, but if they're on the point, you need to be on the point too to stop capping. So yeah. It also would have been better if, like, you wasted a few seconds on the class switch. I don't know if that would have changed anything, probably not, but like in some situations it could. Okay, so yeah, I gotta pause this. actually, I gotta rewind this. Okay, so I just rewound this so that I can watch it. So I'm gonna pause here. Again, a good choice to come up here. You have backup from a soldier. I don't know where Eric went. But yeah, you got the backup from the soldier here, and running this way, really questionable. Not unless you're planning to like shoot down on the scout. Like you're not gonna get the med pick. He's too far off. His pocket's there, and at this point we know this is a team where the medic's not stupid enough to walk up here and just like be an easy frag. So there's like no hope really of you getting a medic pick here. And from what um like coming over here isn't going to be useful. And if I remember correctly, you shoot at these guys. Like what you should be doing, the soldier's probably going, or it looks like he already is, shooting at these guys. So that's like damage you need to follow up on. Yeah. So you were shooting at this medic. You're not gonna do any like measurable damage there. What you need to be doing is trying to get in close here and follow up on the damage from your soldiers. So this is a really good play. Like super solid, exactly what I just said you should do. The damage, like the explosive damage is here. That guy's low, needs a hit scan, kill confirm. Um, you didn't kill confirm, but like you still did a good amount of damage, and you were in the spot in case he didn't die. That was also a really good play. Yeah, okay. Like this was the mid that we won, and like that was just solid positioning. They went left side. You got to left side. Like after your little stint shooting at the medic, like that wasn't a big deal because you barely spent any time doing it. But then you quickly corrected and got onto the left, like onto the crates, and that set you up to get multiple frags. Um, because like at the moment they came off those, you got onto them and took control of them, and that was exactly what needed to happen there. If you hadn't been there, they might have been able to retake those crates, and that probably would have given them the mid. We also got a demo pick at the start, so that was a big contributor. But that was like a super good play on your part to get there, and also like really good to get the med there. So yeah, that was like from you, that was by far like the most solid mid. Problem. I don't even. Okay. That was that was good too. Okay, so here I can't check tab, but yeah, their combo is in and we aren't. So it's a good thing that you got out. And yeah, I don't know what our soldier was doing there, but in any situation, like, yeah, our soldier was, I don't know if you knew, but our soldier made a really bad play by going in there. I don't know why he was there, what he was trying to do. Might have been like a roamer trying to sack for the med. But like that was not a situation where you needed to, like, should have gone in, and you basically just kind of charged into their team and died.
Control point is being captured.
All right, so yeah. Okay, heavy off class. Pretty solid pick.
We have lost the control point.
I don't think I died here. In fact, yeah, I have Uber right now. So this is a good choice. On your part. So as heavy, one thing I remember yelling this at you. I'm trying to keep your like overheal to full because you have a crazy amount of health when you're at full overheal. You can help me do that by like trying to stand close to me even when you're still on the point, because like the little bit of reach actually made a difference in that game. So here, good choice to switch to scout. like switch back to scout because it was obvious they weren't pushing in and we didn't need a heavy. I don't remember exactly why we didn't push out. But yeah, at this point, as scout, like you need to be like near a door to lobby, just like peeking in, right, or a shutter maybe, like ready to dip if you need to, but at the same time like controlling that flank area. So I guess this flank, I don't know. It obviously didn't work out, and I think it could have been better if you had stayed in the room and just like followed up on damage. Although, on the other hand, you didn't really have an option because they push through rollout with Uber. If you're going to cover Shutter, you have to be careful for that. Like, uh, Uber pushes through rollout. So, you can sort of put yourself in a bad spot, but then you made the best of it. So, yeah, I don't remember who was up here. But, like, yeah. And this is good. You check. Eric didn't. You can see the kill feed. He died. He kind of ran out through rollout there. So good on you, like checking Shutter, making sure it was clear. And yeah, that was good. Frag on the soldier, but yeah, you did as well as you could really at that fight. Took out the soldier, followed up on damage. I can't think of anything you could have done better. That was on other people. So yeah, this is the last mid. So yeah, I don't know why the soldier went there, but you need to make sure like everyone knows that there's a soldier in our sewers. I don't think I ever heard a call out for that, but make sure people know. Okay. Here we don't have a scout up top. They have 2 scouts up top. Take a hint from the team that's wrecking us. Scouts up top do great things, and like I know you were apprehensive because you were getting wrecked a lot up top, but like the one mid where we won, I like that mid was half due to the demo frag that I think our pocket got, and it was half due to the play that you made on top, or something like that. So like getting on top as scout is really crucial. The key is that you do it at the right timing so that like you don't get bombed while you're up there and like you have some backup, right? And there, yeah, like if you see like 3 yeah, 3 or more enemies in front of you, keep a friendly who has more health than you clean, because otherwise you'll just eat a huge shot like that and die. Like that situation would have been better. Like if you had just been on crates, you could have probably gotten a decent play. So, going for the spy again. It worked out last time, so I mean, not like not a huge problem really. They're pretty cautious. I don't know, was that even a backstab? A little bit of a choke, but honestly, it wouldn't have made a difference. So, again, you need to be like a lot more clear if you're going for stuff like that. Like if you're gonna off class, make sure everyone, especially the caller, knows, and that like the caller is good with you off classing. Um, you don't want to be like the legendary scout we had in the old team that off classed every single time he died. Off class to a new class every single time he died. So yeah, like as far as off classing goes, just make sure that the caller knows and is good with it. Um, like having you as a scout might have like affected that push because you didn't do a whole lot of spy. Um, but at the same time, I don't know if it would have done anything. So as far as mids go, like you definitely have the potential to make a good play, and like that was evidenced. You just need to be more cautious so that you stay alive long enough to make the plays and to get the frags and to like follow up on the damage. Because if you can do that, like and clean up well, like we can win mids a lot. So just make sure that you've got someone to like a soldier who's going to be able to like tank some damage and make sure that if like you like it's good to like partner up with like a soldier or if you have a scout or whatever. So if you're gonna go somewhere, call it and make sure you have backup. Like look at where the damage is going. We'll look at where the projectiles are going. Follow up on that. If it's not too dangerous, obviously. Take the high ground whenever you can, at least for process. And yeah, that was pretty solid. I would just recommend watching like Pro Scout VODs and like Pro Scout demo reviews, maybe some Scout guides, and that'll help you out. But other than that, really solid. Um, and yeah, that's all.